John here with another meeting of the Retiring Club. I want to welcome you here. In this meeting of the Retiring Club, we're going to be talking about pre-retirement projects around the home. In our previous meeting of Retiring Club, we were talking about taxes in retirement. In 2026, I will be taking my first IRA distribution of $20,000. I will not be taking any taxes out of it. I will be paying the taxes with income from the next year. I'll just get my money. We'll go ahead and pay everything. And when we go ahead and do the taxes in 2027 for 2026, if I have any surplus income, I will pay my federal taxes. If not, I will use the distributions that are freshly deposited to pay last year's taxes. So I'm not really concerned. All I know is that I'm going to be paying some taxes because I need all the money coming in. I can't have anything taken out right now. I'll just deal with it later because once I get into the new year, I've got almost 3.5 months to come up with the money to pay whatever I owe. And, we'll just deal with it then. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about pre-retirement projects and how that worked out for me, and it may work out for you if you feel that you might want to get some of this stuff done. So in 2020, when we went home from the corporate campus up in Alpharetta from Morgan Stanley E-Trade, I was working from home, and many of you were too. And when you're at home like that all day, you tend to see some things that might need to be worked on. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Over the 3 years, we were home from 2020, 2021, and 2022. We really didn't start going back in to the office till about May of 2023. But one of the projects that I did was, you could see these blinds here. These are Venetian blinds. They were all up in here. And what I did was I went ahead. I used to look out the window and I've seen how dirty my windows were. I had been in the unit for about 8 years then. And so I wanted to have the windows clean inside and out. So I went ahead and got that done when I was working from home. And I had that extra money since we weren't going back into the office. We all had a little extra money then. So I pulled everything down and I got the windows clean. So that was project number one. While I had the windows down, the Venetian blinds, I didn't want them anymore. Some of the, I couldn't turn them. And like this right here, some of them were broke where I couldn't use them. So what I did was I went to Home Depot and I went ahead and got some window treatment. And I picked out some vertical blinds that had the stucco type of design on them, which I'm going to show you here shortly. So I went ahead, after I got the windows clean, instead of putting that stuff back up, I said, let me just get something in here that's nice. There was a young lady out, they were painting the condo. The condo had got power washed, and in the buildings that got clean, had got repainted, and they did the trimming, and then we had a roof put on all during that period. But what I did was I went ahead and got these vertical blinds here that I'm going to show you, and that was part of the project. There was plenty of money for me to get this stuff done. So I went ahead and got that done while I was working. The other thing that I went ahead and had done was the zero res duct cleaning. And the zero res duct cleaning came in at $385. The window treatment was about $550. And the window cleaning inside and out was about $195. It would have been a little bit better, but we couldn't get the screens down and take the storm windows out. But it looks nice, and it still looks good today when I look out. So I'm really glad I got that done. But with the zero res duct cleaning, they unscrew all the vents, they clean them out, wipe them down, and they hook up a machine that sucks all that dust out, and they put some fragrance in there so it'll smell good. And so that got that done, and that needed to be done because where the blower is, when they took down that vent, you could see some stuff stuck up in there. So that was good that had got done. And like I said, that was $385. And The other thing I did is that I had some surgery in 2022, and I had a guest here. My sister came down to kind of look over me. When you go into surgery, you got to have somebody there. So she flew in, but she had discovered, and I think my niece had told me that the hot water knob, when you turn it, it wouldn't all the way turn. There is a stem that comes out, and the knob goes over it, and then it screws down in there, and that's what turns like this for the hot water. So I went ahead and took that apart. I was trying to fix it on my own, and had I went to one more plumbing store, I probably would have gotten it. But I wound up calling up the plumber, and I got that done, and that was $300. They changed both the stems, and so I had got all these projects done. And then the last thing I did, that was between 2020 and 2022, that I got these home projects done. um, I had noticed that there were some water spots in the living room where I sit. As I look that way, I could see it. And so in January of 2024, I went ahead and I had the ceiling painted. They put two coats on it, and I asked them to put up some strips for my doors because cool air was coming through. He threw that in for no charge. But it was $595. I got two coats of ceiling paint, and I had some extra paint, and they painted my ceiling mantle as well. And so I had got that done. I was really glad because it looks a whole lot better um, than all those spots. I tried to touch it up myself, and when I did it, the paint that I had touched up a water spot in the guest bedroom, it was a high gloss paint. So when I painted it, it looked like it was drying, but all it did was make a big bright white spot. I used the wrong paint. I didn't have the ceiling paint, um, which I went ahead and kept all the paperwork. So I'll talk about my water intrusion and how I got that fixed next. But these are all projects that I had got done while I was still working, where I was making the overtime. I had extra disposable income, and we were at home, so all that cash that was building up, I went ahead and got these done. Now, as I sit here today, I do have a garbage disposal that could use replacing or at least taking out to see if there's like a fork or something drop down in it because it's not grinding. It just kind of makes a humming noise. It's probably bad. Um, and that's pretty much it that I can think of. Everything else is like get the paint for the yellow room, which is about the color that we have here. Um, this canary yellow paint is also in the spare bedroom. There's some areas that could be touched up, but I would get that. But bottom line here is that I put in a couple $1,000s into getting all these little things done. And now that I'm retired, they're done. I don't have to worry about it. The next biggest project that I probably need to work on, and I could do it this year if I want, or next year, everything is working with the AC and the heat, is have that system checked out. I'll probably just go ahead and wait until the spring and get that knocked out right around April. But these are some of the things that you may want to try and do while you're working so that you have this off your plate when it comes to your retirement. If you have more than enough income where you're like, look, I got all these pensions kicking in, I'm good on my job, and you want to do it as a project later on, that's great. Excuse me. But for me, it was necessary that I get this done as these things occur. Now, I did have water intrusion in here. I did a video on that. And I got that done, and supplies for that were about $45. And I was able to get that taken care of. It looks really, really good. Um, but it's little things like that that need to be taken care of. Now, when I bought this unit, the lady who owned it, she had did the remodeling. She remodeled both bathrooms with new toilets. I think she put new tubs in there, and they all have the granite top. And then she remodeled that kitchen. It's got new cabinets up in there, the granite top, and the splashback board and everything. It looks pretty nice. So I was very lucky. I paid more than most of the other condos I looked at, but it was a good choice. Hey, what can you say? You got a mortgage for $500. I shouldn't be complaining, including taxes and insurance. How many people have that? But anyway, getting into retirement and having some of these projects done was really, really great. And I just wanted to come on and say, hey, if you have excess money, you've got these little projects, you might want to do it. When we were all at home, we all wanted to spruce our places up. So there's a lot of trips to Lowe's and Home Depot, and everybody's got their places looking nice. I think my next project would, like I said, will be the applying, getting the HVAC and looked at, as well as checking out the appliances. Need to find out if there's any filters, as well as I could use some deep carpet clean. I'll just rent a machine for that. But this is John with Elton's Retirement Journey and Travel, and we're at the Retiring Club, and we're talking about pre-retirement projects that will make you proud, getting them done while you're still working and you have that extra income coming in. Thanks for watching and make it a good day. Be sure to like and subscribe. Take care.